Prince August Toy Factory in Cork in Ireland has recently renovated its visitor centre to include a huge diorama depicting the Battle of Waterloo, as in 2015 it is the 200-year anniversary of this historical conflict between France, Prussia, and the Allied forces of Britain. André Rudolph is responsible for designing this entire terrain by hand and has hand cast and hand painted 15,000 miniatures using the Prince August moulds. He came over to visit us in August to explain how he developed this and the impact it had on his life. If you wish to learn more about this exhibit, please visit www.toysoldierfactory.ie. So, André, did you start this a massive and impressive diorama as your first foray into casting, or did you start making the figures as a personal hobby?
First, I make the figures. Yeah, I get a mold from the daughter of my sister. Yeah, and I make 200-300 figures. Yeah, and then I think, what I make now? Yeah. And I was looking in the internet and I saw that a factory has 20-25 molds, yeah, for this. And I buy the molds and make for some years, I think 10,000 figures. I take this in the boxes, yeah. I make only, yeah, for fun, for relaxing, yeah. And then sometimes I say to my woman, okay, I need the floor from the living room. One day I must look what I have make, yeah. And take this inside and then see, okay, I have not enough horsemen and not enough cannon to make a diorama. Then I was thinking to make a diorama from the Battle of Waterloo, yeah. And I was thinking what I will make, the middle of the battle, yeah, or Plansoir or Hougoumont, and I was thinking, okay, make the middle, yeah. Then I can make when I will make it bigger, yeah. Then I can take all the parts on all the sides, yeah. Yeah, and then I was thinking how many figures I need, yeah, to making the diorama, and then I began, and then I have circa 50,000 figures, yeah, and then I was make a plan, yeah, with 44 plates, yeah, a small plan, yeah, and make where the streets, the roads, yeah, were there, and where I take La Santé, yeah, the village. Not the village, a farmhouse, yeah. And then I was looking how I take the infantry, the cavalry, yeah, on the plates, yeah. And when I make the plates, yeah, I take them in my living room, yeah, when my woman was in school, yeah. And I was looking how to make this, yeah. I can take only 4 plates inside, yeah. And to take the ground, yeah, take the figures on it with glue, yeah, and then to take it back to another room where I have a little bit of place to take the plates inside. Yeah? And I have the plan, but make not only 100% for the plan, because then I was looking, okay, I take the infantry not so a little bit, not so clear, yeah, in the way, so a little bit not okay in English. What's this? Not so a little bit, not gerade, not so strong, yeah, not so strong. Okay, the lines are not so strong, yeah. Okay, and then I was looking how I make the ground, yeah, with the grass, yeah, and with the other fields. It was very interesting to make this. Because it was not only grass and the fields are different, yeah. And I was making the ground from the horse other than with the infantry, yeah. And I built some figures, yeah. Other because I need wounded or dead figures, yeah, and wounded horses and figures who take their gun on their shoulder, yeah. It was interesting for me to work with the material, yeah. And when I was making La Santé, yeah, It was very interesting for me. Other than to make the figures or the plates for it, yeah. And I cannot take this all together to see this, yeah. And then I have a friend, he has a theater, yeah. And he tell me, okay, well, we have 2 weeks closes, yeah, we can take this in the middle, yeah, with very nice light and so, yeah, and we take this, yeah. It was the first time I see this all together, yeah. And then I say, okay, it's okay, the work was okay, yeah, yeah. And after this, there was a museum was asking me about an exhibition for Napoleon, yeah, and was asking me, they wanted to rent, yeah, this diorama for more than half a year. Yeah. And I would say, okay, and I go there. It was a big fortress in Jülich, yeah, near Cologne, and go there. I was looking and say, okay, the place was exactly you can take this diorama inside, not more, yeah. It was the place, okay. And then we take this inside, and it was then for two and a half years inside the museum, yeah. And after this, not after this, then I was write a small text to the factory of Prince August here in Kilomara, yeah, and say it was nice to make the diorama with the moulds, yeah, from you, yeah. And 1-2 days after, the owner Lars Edman, yeah, write me a letter back and say, okay, guy, I will come to you to Germany, to Cologne, or to the exhibition. And will see the diorama, and when I say wow, yeah, I will take this, yeah, to my factory. Yeah, he was coming. He said wow, and that was very nice. He was coming with another guy, yeah, and yeah, and after one little bit more one year, he takes us here to the factory, and now we are here, and it's very nice. Nice people, nice land, and it's fun. Okay.
André, can you explain the reasoning behind where you placed the 3 leaders of the 3 armies in this battlefield?
Yes, for me it was very important, yeah, to take the 3 leaders on the diorama, because they must be on this diorama. It's for the artist. It's not 100% right, yeah, for the history. But I think they must stay there, yeah. I think Wellington was standing in the squares, yeah, and Napoleon was at the end of the battle coming with his old guard, yeah, near La Santé, and Blücher was long way far away from the battle, but he must stay there. I think it must, and I make this. Okay.
So André, you have many different types of terrain in this elaborate diorama. Can you explain how you went to manufacture and make these type of terrains, and explain why you chose the type of materials you did?
Yeah. Okay, first I was looking how to make the hill, yeah, where the Allied armies are standing and the French army are attacking, yeah, and to make the road, the sunken road, yeah, and how I make the fields with I was thinking, okay, a lot of grass was there, not so much trees, yeah. And then I wanted to make a little bit with, I make a little bit field, yeah, with the carpet, yeah, and I take color on it, and 1, 2, 3 times, yeah, to make it to look it's older, yeah, and wet, and I make a field with this, yeah. It was a lot of work to cut this, yeah. I need 2 days to cut this because it was very hard of the color, yeah, and the material, yeah. And I was looking how I make the other plates, yeah, and I was go to a big garden center, and they have small pieces of volcano, yeah, stones, and I was thinking, okay, that's very good for the horse attack, yeah. And I take this with color and so, and I think it looks nice, yeah.
So André, there is a man-made structure in this battlefield, and it's called the High Saint. It's a stone wall farm. Can you explain more about why it's there, what it served, its purpose in the battle, and how you actually made it?
Okay. I make the middle of the battlefield, and La Santé was in the middle of the battlefield, and it was very important to defend the French infantry, and Wellington take some people inside, yeah, to defenses, yeah. And it's one of some big farmhouses and one chateau to defend the French army in front of the Allied armies. Yeah, it was very interesting. There was on the left side was Hougoumont, and on the right side was Papelot and some other farmhouses. Yeah, and he takes on all sides takes infantry inside. Yeah, and it was not so easy for Napoleon to make a big attack. Yeah, in one time, because he must take these houses. Yeah, first. And it was a great problem, yeah, because he think, okay, this was the time for 1 hour, but not really, yeah. He needs La Santé. I think it was 5-6 o'clock. The French armies come inside, yeah, and Hougoumont on the left side. Sometimes they came inside, but the Allied troops takes them every time outside, yeah. And very interesting is on the north gate, yeah. They were coming inside, yeah, and Allied troops take a lot of French armies outside, and it was all the time coming inside and coming outside. Yeah, it was very interesting. Yeah, but the French could not take this. Yeah. Okay, and the fight against the Allied troops in La Santé and the French troops begin at circa 1 or 2 o'clock and end at 6 o'clock. And the French come inside, and I think there were 42 soldiers, yeah, and can come outside, yeah, and from 1,000 they were inside to rescue this building, yeah. Most of them died, and they had no chance to come outside. Yeah, it was a big fight from 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, and at 6 o'clock, the French army coming inside. But this was not to win the battle. Yeah, it's not. They had no chance after this to win the battle. Yeah, it was too late for the French army. Okay, how to build La Santé? I need some material. Yeah, and I was looking how I will make this to make the scale. Yeah. And I take the figures, yeah, and I see, okay, the roof is so big, and for the windows, for the doors, yeah, and I have pictures from La Santé. I see it in the internet, yeah, and then I was looking for the material, and I think what I take, yeah, I need cardboard, yeah, it's paper to make the roof, yeah, and how color I take this, and I made the clay to make the walls into buildings, yeah, and then I can make this for the stones, yeah, with a knife, yeah. It was very interesting, yeah, to build this other than to make the figures, yeah, and I hope it looks good for the diorama, yeah.
Now I realise that this you can't take a snapshot of a battle. So this diorama contains actually 3 main events in the battle. Can you go through those events and explain to us their importance?
Yes. Yeah, I was looking how I make the diorama. Okay, we'll make the middle of the diorama of the battle. Yeah, and I was looking, okay, first the attack from the French cavalry to the Allied squares, yeah, on the hill. And on the right side, I take the French columns. Yeah, they are going to the hill. Yeah, to attack the Allied lines. Yeah, and with the farmhouse in the middle. Yeah, with the fighting against the French and the Allied troops. And on the on the right side, you see the Prussian are coming. Yeah. They are coming at 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, yeah. But they must be there on the diorama to look how armies are on the battlefield, yeah.
Now, certainly, this battlefield is an immense undertaking for any group of people, let alone one person.
It took about 8 years for you to do this. Can you explain how that affected you, and how did you manage to organise yourself to actually cope with such a long-term project?
Yeah, it's a hobby. Yeah, you have a lot of time when you are not looking so much TV, and I sit down and make this for 2-3 hours. Yeah, and on weekend you have a lot of time. Yeah, and but when my girlfriend or after this, my woman said to me, "Okay, we go make party and go to town. Yeah, we make this. It's only a hobby. Yeah, but in 8 years you can make a lot. Yeah." But you must make this. When I go on weekends to the parents for my wife, I take 200 or 300 soldiers and clean this, yeah, and then I take it back. And it's when you make this every time, you can make this like this diorama, yeah, when you will, yeah.
Now, during this time period, the British Army consisted of more than just British troops. It was an allied army that contained other nationalities. This makes representing it on a battlefield very difficult. So what thought process did you go through to actually represent it as you have on this battle?
I was looking in books, in internet, yeah, where are the Allied armies are standing, where are the only the British or Irish troops are standing, where the Hanoverian and Nassau and Dutch troops are coming or standing at the battlefield on this place, yeah. And I can only make one time, yeah. But Nassau infantry was standing in squares, for example, yeah, and the Dutch infantry was coming to the battlefield when the French attacked them, yeah. And you must look at books and internet, and you must must see. You cannot take the Hanoverian on a really wrong way, wrong side of the battlefield. Yeah, I was looking how to make this, and I take some Hanoverian on the square and some Nassau on the square, and there were Dutch troops. Yeah, the factory has moulds with Dutch troops, and I was looking where the Dutch troops are coming. Yeah, at this time when they're attacking from the French infantry.
Now, André, since you've visited Ireland and have seen how the diorama has been positioned and displayed and advertised in the Toy Soldier factory in Kilnamartyra, what's your impression of the layout? What's your impression of the feedback that you're getting from other visitors as they get their first impression of your lifelong project?
Yes, when I come inside here, it was very impressive for me. Yeah, it looks very nice. The presentation of the diorama, the room is very nice. Yeah, they make this really nice to have a presentation for this diorama here inside. Yeah, they must make the factory new. Yeah, must build this new. And when I speak with people, they're coming here inside and see the diorama. They say, "Well, it's very great. The presentation is very great." Yeah, and it looks fine. And they cannot believe that I make this with. They ask me, "Yeah, you buy the soldiers?" And say, "No, I make this with the moulds here from the factory." Yeah, and it's very nice to be here. Very nice people. Yeah, and they have 2 very nice pubs here in this small village. First, I want to thank Lars Edman. Yeah, I was coming here, and you have very nice 3 days here in Kilmarnock. Yeah, it's very nice to come here in the factory. The presentation is very nice. The workers are here very nice, and I want to thank him for really nice days. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to have you here. You're the world champion in casting figures.
I know Donald from Facebook, not knowing him, but he is a modeler and he is very interested about history. And I know he is coming here from near the factory, yeah. And I ask him when I'm coming here, yeah, you will come here and we see us, yeah. And I was very happy to see him and to speak a little with him. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great pleasure actually to meet you. I've been a fierce fan of your work on Facebook, and it was a great pleasure to meet you in person.